Hey everybody, this video I'm going to show you how to change the transmission fluid and filter on a Chevrolet Silverado, Tahoe, and Suburban, a GMC Sierra and Yukon, and a Cadillac Escalade. It's actually a really easy job. You got 18 10mm bolts that hold it in. I'm going to go ahead and start on the side, taking our 10mm out. Kind of a hot transmission. I could have waited for it to cool down a little bit. Make sure our catch pan is underneath of it for when it starts dripping. Now, I always like to take my front bolts on the front of the transmission and just break them loose just a little bit. These two, just a little bit. Now, you can see it's already starting to drain a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and loosen these two in the back. Or I should say loosen, take that one out. Now that I have all the back ones out, the front ones are just a little, I don't have all the back ones out. I'm going to loosen this one just a little bit as well. And try not to make a mess. But I knew it was going to drain out the back like that. Now I'm going to let that drain just for a moment. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take my back bolt the rest of the way out very slowly. That's why I just loosened the front two and didn't take them all the way out. Clean off my drill here. And my face. All right, after letting it drain for just a little bit longer, I'm going to go ahead and take my front bolts a little bit loose, more loose. Try to get some more out of it. Let's go ahead and take this one all the way out. This pan is kind of hot, that's why I put gloves on. Now, you got the pan all the way down. You still have fluid in this part of the pan. If you don't mind getting a little messy, you can go ahead and work its way out. I should have taken the transmission dipstick out. It would make this a little bit easier, but I forgot to. So you probably want to do that before because it'll just be in the way a little bit. You can push it up from here if you want. I'm going to go ahead and take my filter. Wiggle it back and forth. Go ahead and set it in the pan. If you have a vacuum pump, you can vacuum that out. Makes it a little bit less messy. Okay, from here you can just slide your pan out. Sometimes you'll need to take a little pry bar, maybe pry your transmission down just a little bit. You can take your filter out the side here. without making a mess. So from here, like I said, you may have to put a little down pressure on the exhaust to get it out. I just come right above my rear converter, pull it down. And slide it out. Just like that. I have not taken my exhaust loose at all. You just need a little bit of extra clearance. Okay, so with your new filter comes a new one of these gaskets that go right here. Goes up in this hole. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Some people don't change these. I believe if it comes with a new one, it should be changed. I'm not sure why, but my camera didn't turn on when I pressed record, so that whole section of me pulling that out didn't work. So I'm sorry. So we're going to go ahead and dump our old fluid out. And I'm going to clean off this, the magnet that catches all the metal and everything. I'm not going to make y'all sit through me cleaning that out. All right, so from here, now that I got it cleaned out, I also cleaned off these edges of the pan. Good. It is a reusable gasket, but this customer wanted a new gasket, so we're going to give him a new gasket. What I do is I take my filter, I just set it in, take my new gasket, put my new gasket on. It's got little spots for it to stick in. Now, again, you're going to have to put pressure down to get this thing in. All right, so I got my pry bar, like I said, right above my rear converter. Take this and stick it up in there with the gasket on it. Pry it down. You can, if for some reason the gasket seems like it wants to get in the way, just go ahead and put your gasket in place. Sometimes it's a little bit of a fight. Go ahead and put your gasket on. Let's see if I'm catching on something on that side. Oh, the filter. That's what was causing it. Like I said, there's spots in there for your gasket to sit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start one of my back bolts. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm about to make a mistake trying to go too fast. What I'm going to do from here is I'm actually going to get this drain out of my way since I'm not getting drained on anymore. I'm going to go ahead and put my transmission filter in a spot. You can feel it when it snaps into place. Now I can start a bolt. Start a back bolt. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and start all the rest of my bolts. Start all your bolts before you tighten any of them. Let me just throw bolts around today. It's a hot one today, fellas, ladies, if you're watching. All right, now that I got all my bolts started, I'm going to go ahead and run them tight. Not too tight. The torque spec for this is 80 inch-pounds. I don't know if you can see this, but this is the order that you're supposed to torque them in. All right, so let's go ahead and torque them. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. Now, once I got them all torqued down to 80, I'm just going to double check them all, make sure they're all still at 80. £80 inch. From here, I'm just going to clean up all my mess. This is just brake cleaner. Move my computer out of the way. All right, let's go ahead and fill the system. It says it holds 6 quarts for a transmission fluid exchange and filter exchange. I'm not going to make you sit through all 6 quarts. All right, from there, you want to go ahead, crank the vehicle, and run it through all of the gears. Once you run it through all of the gears, then we can check the transmission fluid level. You do that with the engine running. Looks like I'm full to the hot line right here. It could probably use an extra half a quart, so I'm going to add an extra half a quart. But it's pretty close with 6 quarts. And you're done. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Now, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to ask you to like my video or subscribe to my channel. I'm the kind of guy that's going to beg you to do it. Click one of these other videos. Subscribe to my channel. It's on one of these sides. Do them both. Do them all. Please!